Star Matt Roloff's health. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel USA Roloff Family Gossip. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Matt Roloff suffers from a different type of dwarfism than ex-wife Amy and son Zach, creating different health challenges for him. Due to their limited stature, they've faced various medical issues less common in people of average height. The family has navigated numerous health challenges over the years. But now that Matt and Amy are getting older and are both in their 60s, they're starting to run into issues more frequently. In a season 25 episode of Little People, Big World, Matt had a health scare after a routine upper endoscopy went awry, and there were concerns he had esophageal damage. So what exactly happened to Matt and how is he doing today? Plus, we take a look into Matt's medical history, which included several corrective surgeries throughout his lifetime, and how his dwarfism differs from the type his ex-wife and son have. What happened with Matt Roloff's esophagus? In May 2023, Matt visited the doctor for a routine endoscopy after experiencing a sensation of his esophagus closing off and producing a significant amount of phlegm. In response to these symptoms, Matt underwent a routine upper endoscopy, a procedure that uses a thin, camera-equipped tube to examine the upper digestive system. This particular incident was shown in an episode of season 25 of Little People, Big World. But just a few minutes into the procedure, doctors alerted Matt's fiancée, Karen Chandler, that there had been a complication. She was told that they were afraid they had perforated the wall of Matt's esophagus. They quickly ran some tests to check his esophagus and confirmed that it hadn't been punctured. However, doctors came to an unexpected realization. Matt's esophagus was too large for his body. Despite Matt's small stature, doctors discovered he has a normal-sized esophagus. This unexpected size difference caused the esophagus to become kinked. In a confessional, Corinne explained to Matt, "So the doctor said yours is longer than your body can handle, so it's pushed to the side. Poor little esophagus all crammed in there and kinked over." Additionally, doctors identified that Matt had significant acid reflux damage. Matt explained that the doctors did stretch his esophagus out to alleviate the closed-off feeling he was having, which was a plus. However, this seemed to only be a temporary solution. Fortunately, Matt appeared to bounce back quickly from this health scare involving his esophagus, revealing on Instagram at the time that he only took a few days off from work. However, he did note that more work needed to be done on him medically, although he didn't clarify what that entailed. Matt appears to be in good health and has since recovered following this scary hiccup, but it's unclear if he's still struggling with health problems behind the scenes. Matt Roloff had 15 corrective surgeries during his childhood, but still can't walk without crutches. Amy and Zach suffer from the most common type of dwarfism, achondroplasia. According to Boston Children's Hospital, people born with achondroplasia have short arms and legs, an enlarged head, and an average-sized trunk. Matt suffers from a type of dwarfism called diastrophic dysplasia, which is much more rare. It affects the normal development of cartilage and bone, often contributing to shortened limbs and mobility problems. Because of Matt's type of dwarfism, he needed many operations as a child on his limbs. In 2018, he revealed that he had 15 surgeries during his childhood on an episode of the podcast. "I had a rough childhood, not from a family perspective, but just from orthopedic surgery, spending long periods, sometimes months in a hospital with very limited access to your parents," Matt revealed, noting he spent over 700 days in the hospital as a result. It was just the way they did it back in those days, and going through some very painful operations. So I do think all of that sort of built up a muscle of resiliency and gave me a sense of can-do and tenacity. But despite all of the various corrective surgeries that Matt had in his formative years, he still can't stand up straight or walk without the help of his crutches. Given today's advancements in technology, someone born today with Matt's type of dwarfism likely wouldn't need an extensive amount of operations like that. That said, The high number speaks to how vastly different dystrophic dysplasia is from other types of dwarfism. As for Matt's family history, his parents Ron and Peggy and sister Ruth are of average stature. However, his younger brother Sam has the same form of dwarfism as him. White, Matt also had another brother named Josh, who was born with a severe heart and lung defect. At the time, doctors weren't even sure if he would make it out of the hospital alive. Fortunately, he did, but Josh's medical challenges ultimately led to his early death at age 34 in 1999. Isabel Roloff admits she is scared to have another baby after labor complications with Matteo too. Plus, how the TLC star recently responded to claims she looks pregnant after giving birth 2 years ago. TLC star Isabel Roloff has revealed the reservations she has about getting pregnant again while opening up about her family's dynamic. The Little People, Big World. Alum shared an Instagram post to answer a fan's assumption about her wanting more children. After one fan said Isabel, 28, appeared to be done having children, she responded by sharing a photo of her while pregnant with her 2-year-old son, Matteo. Matteo is the only child of Isabel and her husband, Jacob Roloff, 27. Alongside the photo, the TLC star explained her situation in a caption. She first admitted that she does want to have more kids, with 4 being her ideal amount. Isabel said her pregnancy with Matteo was really wonderful. At first with minimal sickness, however. Things took a turn after an ultrasound showed he had a heart defect. Matteo had to be born in the hospital, despite Isabel wanting to have an at-home birth. After bringing her son home, Isabel detailed how he quickly became her whole world. Despite having postpartum anxiety, Isabel then admitted that she was nervous her family dynamic would change if she and Jacob were to welcome another child. The truth is, I'm scared of our dynamic changing, of my heart growing and stretching to love another little being, of postpartum anxiety again, she wrote. Matteo and I do everything together. Most of our days are spent just us, and I worry how that will change once I have another child. Isabel said she didn't know if she would be able to offer equal energy to more than one child, as she garnered much of her mum's attention when she was young. Ultimately, I want more. But I am acknowledging that right now I'm a little scared, she continued. Welcoming advice from mothers of multiples, Isabel's openness about her family comes after she recently clapped back at an online troll who claimed she looked pregnant. Isabel shared another question she was asked by a follower on her Instagram. "Are you pregnant?" the person asked. "It sure looks like it." The 27-year-old took the inquiry in stride, answering back visually by showing off her body belly and all. "Got this message today, and this is not the insult people think it is," she wrote in her video. "Not pregnant now, but I was 2 years ago," she further clarified. "And who cares that my body still shows signs of it?" Her fans shared their support in the comments section. "People's comments are more often a reflection on them rather than you," one person wrote. "Luckily, you're gorgeous on the inside and out." Isabel went into further detail in the post's caption. "Learning to love yourself is interesting because people will see you out here doing it and still try to cut you down," she shared, before slamming, "Girl, I know I look good. You won't change my mind, but keep trying." Comments like that could be one of the reasons Isabel and her husband decided to leave their reality shows. Zach and Tori Roloff announced departure from Little People, Big World. Zach and Tori Roloff, stars of the hit TLC series Little People, Big World, have announced they will be leaving the show after 25 seasons. "We are done. That part of our lives, that chapter has closed," said Tori Roloff, sitting alongside her husband Zach on the latest episode of their podcast Raising Heights, released Thursday. "We've made it pretty clear," added Zach Roloff. "They haven't asked us back, technically." Zach Roloff expanded on the couple's decision to leave the show, explaining that the last season was an especially difficult experience between family dynamics and their attempt to sell the family farm in Oregon. "This last cycle was rough between the family the farm deal, and we were done with it, he said. Tori Roloff hinted that the couple lost faith in the show in the most recent season. It was no longer a project that we really believed in, and so the last year was hard, she said. Little People, Big World debuted in 2006 and follows a family with 3 members living with dwarfism. Parents Amy and Matt Roloff, who divorced in 2016 along with Zach Roloff, have dwarfism. The former couple's 3 other children, Jeremy, Molly and Jacob, do not. The show has followed the family through the years living on their Oregon farm as they wrestle with the complexities of dwarfism and daily life issues such as marriage, divorce, and coming of age. Tori Roloff first appeared on the show when she and Zach Roloff began dating in season 10, which ran from 2010 to 2012. The couple wed in 2015. Little People, Big World was a huge part of our lives, but it was time to walk away, the couple wrote in the description of Thursday's podcast episode. The show brought us so many amazing opportunities, great memories, and so much fun. But it also challenged us to set better boundaries with filming and our kids, cope with not-so-accurate depictions of our lives, and face family difficulties. They added, "It was a great run, but we needed an adult in the room. And we made that move,